Hi, everyone. Welcome to How to Build Customer Loyalty with Taste the Local Difference. My name is Christina Marbury, and I am the marketing director here at TLD. My work is really around working with small business owners who own a business that is focused on local food, whether it's a farm or a restaurant, a retail store, a specialty producer. We work with all sorts of different businesses to help them improve their marketing and hopefully grow into a successful business or grow their business from what it is, at the time that we start working together. We are Taste the Local Difference. We are a local food marketing agency, and we specialize in effective strategies for agriculture, food, and beverage producers, and also retail stores, restaurants, any of those businesses I mentioned before. We really believe in uplifting these purpose-driven brands and helping those passionate entrepreneurs tell their story, find their customers, and build those successful and well-connected businesses. We are based in Michigan, but we work with businesses throughout the country. So we're here today to talk about customer loyalty, repeat customers, those I think great kind of stars as part of your success. I think that this is a really important aspect of marketing for local food businesses specifically, because we really see the most success when a local food business is ingrained in their community and they have those loyal return customers who are champions for them and share the business with their friends and their families and get the word out for you. So I really think that this is a great key to long-term success for food businesses. Community connection is super important. People love to know that they're supporting somebody who they could run into in the street, who's part of their everyday world, not some kind of mystery organization, corporation that really doesn't have a face tied to it. I also think it's notable that customers who believe in you as a business owner are really more likely to choose your products over others. They have that personal connection that draws them in and makes them want to continue to be a customer of yours. So lastly, I just want to call out before we kind of dive into the specifics of strategies for tackling customer loyalty. I like to think of it as sort of a long game. Your numbers, your revenue, your sales, they may fluctuate from year to year. There are definitely booms and busts when it comes to local food, but having that committed base of supporters will be really helpful in helping you succeed over time in keeping, a level baseline through those growth and dip periods. So the next series of slides, each one is kind of a new concept, a new strategy that you can try to use to build that customer loyalty. I think each slide in this presentation could, in theory, be its own hour-long webinar, but we thought that this was a great way to get you a quick introduction to each of these concepts and start thinking about how you might be able to implement them this season. So the first step, not just in building customer loyalty, but in many ways in building an effective marketing strategy, is targeting the right customers. And what that means is having a really good idea of who your ideal customer is, and then writing your marketing content to that person. So having that niche audience is going to make people feel more connected to your brand because they're going to feel more so like you're talking directly to them. It doesn't necessarily mean that every single customer you have will fit that persona or that personality, that target customer, but it does mean that you have a clear sense of who you're trying to target, and probably a lot of your customers are going to fit that kind of generalization about them. So what this looks like in terms of marketing strategy, this is usually referred to as a persona. A persona is essentially a fake person who is your key target audience who has all of those characteristics and demographics that you think of as that correct person to be talking to, or that main focus of who you want to talk to. So in developing a persona, this is something, like I said, not just even an hour. It could be a much more very, very in-depth lessons in how to do this. It's something that a lot of branding and marketing agencies will do for customers as well. But if you want to try and tackle this exercise at home, I think the first thing to do is imagine your perfect customer. I like to think of a persona as a person. So like try and, use your creative mind to think about this in more like visualize who they are, write down those characteristics, think of them as a real person. So, what are their demographics? Is it a man or a woman? Or what age do they typically fall into? What age bracket or what generation? What are their familial situations? Are you looking to target young 20-somethings who, are single and on their own and only worrying about themselves? Are you looking to target parents who are thinking about what they're feeding their kids in addition to what they're feeding themselves? Or are you looking to target an older generation who might be, empty nesters, retired, beyond? Uh, and then past those, basic demographic pieces, thinking about who is this person? What do they like to do? What are their hobbies? What other stores do they like to shop at? Whether, in big business marketing, you'll usually see like, oh, they frequent Target and Aldi or something along those lines. But think about your own community and think about what businesses within your own community would these people be most likely to also support. Kind of putting this together, hobbies, interests, businesses they like to support, maybe their income level, where they fall in the spread, and write all of those things down and create kind of like this little profile of that persona, that target audience, that perfect customer for your business. And once you have that completed, what you want to do every time you sit down to write a social media post or an email or any sort of marketing content that you're putting together, think about that person and think about what you would say that would engage that person best. So this is a great way to really improve your marketing across the board, but also it's going to be a first step towards really trying to build that community around your brand with these like-minded people. All right. Oops. Sorry. We are jumping all over the place. All right. So this next slide is all about providing a great experience to your customer. Every single thing that you do, every single thing that you offer. So it is kind of common knowledge that people are more likely to share their bad experiences than their good experiences. So you have to create a really incredible experience for somebody to want to share that with somebody. Whereas if they have a bad experience, they're more likely to share about it, even if it wasn't all that bad. So I think that this is valuable for customer loyalty and building your customer base. One, because if you always provide really incredible experience for everything that you do, then people are much more likely to share about your business with their friends and their family. So in addition, not just sharing with their friends and family, but also wanting to return over and over again. So creating that customer loyalty. As soon as somebody has a bad experience with your business, they might consider taking their business elsewhere and going to find another business or another company that can offer them a product similar, or might decide to just go without the product that you offer. So what that can look like is exuding positivity. You can't please everyone, obviously, but creating that pleasant environment for your customers, throughout all the stages of their purchasing process, whether they're just learning about your business, whether they're, participating a lot in your direct communications, receiving emails and social media posts and things from you, or getting follow up from receiving or making a purchase. Each of those experiences is going to build that positive relationship with your brand and your business. And then that, extends outside of just marketing, of course, making sure that it's easy for them to go through the purchasing process, whether it's at a farmer's market or at a brick and mortar store, or directly from you on your farm. There are so many ways that we interact with customers. So trying to develop those positive experiences each and every time they interact. And if you do happen to have something not go right, providing great customer service to those customers is going to make them want to come back, even if they did have a bad experience. So, apologizing if something goes wrong, doing what you can to make it right. Whether that's going out of your way to replace a product that wasn't quite what they expected or something along those lines. There's lots of ways that you can really create that great experience for people. And then also being consistent. So customers should know what to expect when they purchase from you each and every time. Businesses change, they grow, and they shift, but making sure that you communicate that if things are changing and help people to have that consistent expected experience with you is really helpful. All right. So now we're going to talk a little bit about creating community. I think that this is really like the central point of developing a loyal customer base for a hyper local business specifically. When you can create that community, customers feel really connected to your brand. This can look like hosting things, whether they are events, workshops, tastings, on your property, in your store, or in connection with somebody who does have a great space to host. For example, if you grow flowers, you could host a flower bouquet arranging workshop at a local brewery or winery or somewhere that has a space and an audience that you can also reach as well with an event like that. Additionally, if you don't have space or a product that makes a lot of sense to coordinate those sorts of events or tastings, you can also attend community events as a business, table, have a sales space if there's an event where they're looking for vendors. And that can really just help to connect you with more people, let people interact with your business directly, interact with you directly, and really grow those feelings of connection. Additionally, you can incentivize people to share your business with their friends and family. That can be a referral program to reward current customers for making those recommendations to their friends and family. You can do it in a very formal way to a very informal way. Those formal ways being if your e-commerce platform has a simple way for people to enter a code or something that ties the referral to a specific person. You can also do it in very informal ways. If you have a CSA, you can encourage your members to send their friend or family to join the CSA and just say, have them tell us that you sent them, and do something a little special, like throw some, an extra bag of salad greens or something into their CSA box the next time around so that they feel the love for helping to make that connection. Additionally, online, there are endless ways that you can develop community online. I think for local businesses, this in-person, direct connection is really, really valuable. But if you're looking to grow that community, that brand community outside of just a hyper local area, online is the place to do it, of course. So one really simple thing that you can do to help to build that community is that when your customers highlight your products or your business on their social media platforms, engage with those posts and reshare them. It feels simple, but it really makes people feel like you care about them as a customer and helps them to feel more connected with your brand. And the more that you share and comment and engage with consumers posts about your business, the more other consumers also want to post about your business. And what that does is just grow the number of people out there who know that you exist and know that you're a business their friends and family really like. And it will really just help to get the name out more, and also to help those people who are sharing about your business to feel like you value that, because you responded to the fact that they're putting their love for you out there into the world digitally. All right. So, another really great way to develop this customer loyalty is to create some sort of customer loyalty program. So, to incentivize people, not just for referring their friends and family, but also to incentivize them for being a repeat customer, somebody who comes back over and over and over again. You can think about this on, the very big scale. A lot of the big brands have a way that you can have a customer account, and they track, how much you're spending with them, and then reward you for that investment in their company. You can do this with your e-commerce or point of sale platform if you have one. Some of them have built-in systems to do a customer loyalty program. The one that always comes to mind for me, because I just love it personally, is Toast Tab, which is a pretty common POS system for restaurants and cafes and such. And they have a customer loyalty system that is just tied with your credit cards. So, at the few places I frequent that use that system, every time I use my credit card there, it knows it's me. It connects those purchases within my account, and then it offers me kind of a reward, a cashback sort of situation of like, oh, you spent $20, you get $2 off your next order, that sort of reward system. You can also figure out lots of ways to do this without having some sort of automated system like that. Many e-commerce systems will let you look at your customer records, so you can find those customers who are making the most purchases with you. And also, if you mostly do in-person sales, direct sales, you probably know who your most frequent customers are, because you see them over and over and over again. In many cases, if you do farmers markets as a main way of selling your product, you probably see the same people at market year after year. Maybe you've watched their kids grow up. They're part of your life in a lot of ways. And doing little things for those people, like, if they buy something that you sell by the pound, rounding down instead of asking for that extra 75 cents, rounding down to the nearest dollar, or, giving them a little something off your table just for fun, just because. I know it's giving away a little bit of potential profit, but it's also helping to grow that connection, make people feel really, like they want to support your business over and over and over again. So those little things, in addition, the sort of like discounts and other things you can offer to frequent customers, that could be people who are on your email list, or like I said, in your online sales system, finding those customers who are most frequent and sending them a special note that offers them something, a little 10% off, or any little thing can be really impactful for people feeling valued. Awesome. This is the last main slide, and it is all about email marketing. This is definitely the one that we could have like hours and hours and hours of webinars focused on different ways you can approach email marketing and make it really, really work for your business. But I think email is important to consider when we're talking about customer loyalty, because people who are on your email list are the people who most want to know about your business and hear about your business. And they've given you their email address because they want you to send them emails. Obviously, you don't want to be overkill with it and do too much, but it's definitely a key piece of an effective marketing strategy, and particularly in growing that customer loyalty. So email marketing is really great for encouraging repeat customers, because you can have that consistent communication in telling them about new products that you're offering, special discounts or sales that you're having, sharing updates, and engaging with those customers again and again and again, and telling your business's story so they continue to feel more and more connected with you. So the next point, of course, sharing your story, using those newsletters, those emails that you send to your customers to tell them about yourself, about, why you started your business, what you're doing in your business, what's going on this month. What new things are you working on or excited about? All those little like behind the scenes sort of insights really, again, help people feel more connected to your brand and want to return over and over again. Additionally, you can use email to share valuable things, value adds. Like it could be, recipes that go out to your email list about how to use your product in their own kitchen, how to guides, which could be, how to cut a Hubbard squash. People often are overwhelmed by giant squash, and giving them kind of that instructional information about how to do something that helps them then purchase your products again in the future. Additionally, you can share exclusive discounts or access to new products. It could be your email list gets the first opportunity to purchase a new flavor of something that you're releasing, or, I always go back to those farm examples, but if you have your first harvest of strawberries for the season, you could offer it to your email subscribers first for them to reserve some of it. So that gives them, again, that connection, but also that reason to stay connected with you because they're getting value out of those emails that you're sending to them. And then finally, a big piece of email marketing, of course, is developing your audience. If you don't have an audience to send your emails to, there's no way your emails are going to be effective. So you can use lead magnets, which could be those like guides and value add things. It could be a quick discount that you offer to somebody when they first subscribe to your email. That can be really helpful. And then just making sure that you're promoting the fact that you have email on your website. Make sure there's a sign up form on social media. Call out that you have a newsletter going out. Maybe a few days before you're sending out a newsletter, say, oh, everyone on our email list is going to get X, Y, and Z in their inbox in a few days. If you don't want to miss out, sign up for our newsletter as a way to kind of draw those people in. A lot of local food businesses do a lot of in-person sales as well. So I always also like to call out that old school pen and paper sign up list can work really, really well for email as well as you're developing that audience. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for listening to our spiel about customer loyalty, about growing that committed community of customers who are really invested in your business and really want to see you succeed and want to support you. If you have any questions or need any support with some of these things, all of the things that we talked about throughout this webinar are services that Taste the Local Difference offers to support building out these assets and creating these systems to have effective email marketing, or to, offer those lead magnets on your website, developing that customer loyalty program. Those are all things that we can help you with. So feel free to reach out to us if there's anything that you need, or to explore our brand new marketing website, localfoodmarketing.com, that focuses just on the marketing services Taste the Local Difference provides. And there are lots of blogs and downloadable resources, and the webinars will be posted there. So there's lots of information to explore there as well. All right, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and I hopefully will talk to some of you soon. Bye-bye.